You know that time of year when the weather changes, your desire to eat soup skyrockets, and everything you could possibly think of is becoming pumpkin spice flavored? It's kind of my favorite, and I want to embrace it all year round. So today, we're gonna get cozy with these 10 Webtoon series that make us feel downright warm and fuzzy inside. Starting with The Kiss Bet. Nothing makes me feel more snuggly than some good old teenage angst. Hear me out, okay? This story focuses on Sarah Lynn, the most relatable 18-year-old, navigating the highs and lows of young love alongside her lovable friends and family. The situations she finds herself in range from super silly to blush-inducing badum moments. Badum. You know what I'm talking about. Is this hand motion helping you to know what I'm talking about? Okay. The color palette is overall warm and inviting, paired with the adorable chibis, heartfelt relationships, and plenty of sweet starry moments. You'll definitely feel all the cozy vibes with this read. Gourmet Hound. A good meal can be an excellent source of comfort, and this series really drives the food theme home, with every episode title being named after something tasty. For example, my favorite episode is called Graham, and it's my favorite episode for reasons. You'll feel all the feels as our leading Lady Lucy, an eccentric foodie, embarks on a noble quest to find the former chefs responsible for whipping up her favorite meals at a restaurant that's been dear to her whole life. This series also cooks up a sweet romantic slow burn that will leave you wanting more. Keep a close eye on your eggs while cooking, my friends. Honey Lemon. Like the start to any nice day, Kyung-mi finds herself wandering into a local cafe looking to give herself a little treat. You see, she's in a bit of a writing rut after she hit massive success with her first drama and is now looking to pump up the motivation with a cup of tea. While on this quest, she finds herself running into some old acquaintances, one of whom has a teensy tiny crush on her. Methinks she's walking away with more than just a cup of honey lemon tea. And come on, you can't go wrong with coffee shop vibes, unrequited love, soft glowing artwork, and adorable kittens. The Witch and the Bull. We're on a coffee shop roll, except for this time, we're focusing on the owner of the shop, Aro. A witch who finally achieved her dreams yet continues to feel uneasy as she fears that the animosity towards her kind will cause her to lose everything. And with good reason. After a big war with witch kind, tensions are a little high, especially when it comes to Tan, the king's royal advisor, who holds a major grudge against witches. However, after mysteriously being turned into a bull, well, let's just say he might need to warm up to our main girl instead of trying to take her down. The astrology theme and enemies to friends trope, or perhaps enemies to more, will have you cozying up for a binge read in no time. Sudar Armor. Alright, so Sudar Armor has it all. We're talking fairies, magic, tragedies, secrets, twists and turns, and enough romantic tension to make even the most seasoned romance reader's heart race. Take it from me, I know what I'm talking about. It's hard not to fall in love with our main character, Lucia, as she gracefully manages life in a pretty high-stakes situation. She's secretly existing as a fairy in a world that is very much against her kind. On top of that, she's formed a very unusual relationship with a literal suit of armor that has been magically brought to life. I know that sounds crazy, but trust me guys, like, he's really alive. I don't know how, but he is. Regardless of this unraveling drama, you are still met with many heartfelt moments, beautiful friendships, and absolutely stunning artwork, making this a top cozy contender. Wow, editing this after the season 2 finale really hits different, you know? Eaternal Nocturnal. Eaternal Nocturnal, as the name would suggest, involves two very cozy things: eating and sleeping. The twist here, of course, being that we're dealing with somebody who eats dreams. But it's not as foreboding as it sounds. Brought to us by legendary creator Instant Miso, whose art is always like a warm hug, we've been gifted not only incredible main characters even day, but also the cutest taper you've ever seen, Tappy. It's no wonder everyone's fallen in love with this little guy. He's so squishable. Join these sweet characters as they face their true desires: insomnia, romance, and the ever-blurring line between dreams and reality. After-school lessons for unripe apples. From the creator of Cheese in the Trap comes after-school lessons for unripe apples. Our main character, Mie, is a bright and cheery girl who spends her days reading comics, hanging out with friends, and of course, studying, but only if she has to. She's tasked with befriending a new neighbor, Chiol, also known as Lucifer by their classmates. He happens to also be a boy from her past, and she can't help but feel a bit dejected as all of her efforts seem to go to waste. But Chiol is not as mean as he seems, and Mie totally sees past that wild nickname. Slowly but surely, they develop a sweet friendship. Their height difference is the cutest, and the way he picks her up in every episode will have you blushing and laughing all at once. Let's just say I'm rooting for a slow burn. Maru is a puppy. Imagine your beautiful German Shepherd becomes a beautiful human being, and together, you embark on a love story for the ages. Well, Maru as a puppy is nothing like that. That would be weird. This is totally normal. Wuri lives alone, and just when she can't take the loneliness anymore, her dog Maru wakes up as a 5-year-old girl. As anyone could guess, a dog suddenly turned toddler is a recipe for chaos. The situations are anything but predictable, and you'll find yourself laughing at all the shenanigans little Maru gets herself into with Wuri. At the end of the day, Maru is still a doggo, and her loyalty to her human is heartwarming as heck. Tata the Cat. You know how sometimes a tree just produces a huge flower that spits out a feral cat? Yeah, tale as old as time. It's summer break, and our main character, Seyun, is staying with her granny in the countryside. What's cozier than that? While the vacation starts off a little bit bittersweet, soon all worries are put behind her as the unimaginable happens. Her grandma's old cat is reborn before her very eyes. Imagine my surprise when an adorable cat appeared to have grown from a tree. Yeah, I'm mentioning it again. I can't get over it. Pair the cute artwork with all the warm, peaceful vibes that a vacation at your grandma's house can bring. A family bonding over a truly magical experience. Plus a bunch of cats. And you're in for a real cozy read. Nice to meet you. Our final entry in this cozy palooza is none other than Nice to Meet You. A fun and cute series that focuses on our protagonist Mew, a university student who definitely errs on the sillier side of life. After finding fellow student Daisy's ID, she decides to pull a little prank instead of just giving it back the easy way. Hilarity ensues as things don't go as planned, but it does lead to a heartfelt and wonderful friendship between Mew Days and his BFF Win. The pastel color palette and adorable character design will leave you feeling warm and fuzzy as you get to see these characters find their self-worth and realize that sometimes loving somebody means having to let them go. I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm gonna go find myself a cozy corner and reread some Gourmet Hound. But don't forget to check out all these series mentioned on Webtoon. And we would also love to hear all the Webtoon series that make you feel cozy. So make sure you're dropping them down in the comments below, and I will see you next time.